For many years, humanity tried to join the galaxy with hope and open hands. When humans first arrived at the great star hubs, they believed they would find friends, allies, and maybe even teachers. Humanity thought the galaxy would be a place of new ideas and shared progress. But the reality was far colder than expected. Most alien species did not respect humans at all. To them, humans were loud, emotional, and unpredictable. They spoke too fast, argued too much, and dreamed too big. Many aliens felt humanity had appeared in the galaxy too quickly without earning their place. So instead of respect, humans received laughter. At trading stations, alien merchants rolled their eyes when humans approached. Some whispered insults as humans walked by. Others did not bother to whisper. They called humans soft skins. They called them ground crawlers, as if humans had never truly left their planet. Some even called them tool apes, mocking humanity's habit of building things to solve every problem. At first, humans tried to ignore it. They tried to stay friendly and patient. They told themselves the insults were small things, not worth fighting over. But the mockery kept getting worse every year. Alien ambassadors spoke over human diplomats in meetings. Alien commanders refused to share important information with human fleets. Even simple trade deals were delayed for no good reason. There was one moment that the entire galaxy remembered. During a major peace conference, a high-ranking alien leader stood on a bright stage and pointed at the human delegation while the cameras recorded everything. With a cruel grin, he said, "Humanity is a child race. You are loud babies playing with fire." The rest of the hall laughed. The sound echoed for days across the news feeds. Humanity did not laugh back. People across Earth saw the recordings. Some were sad, some were angry, some simply felt tired. But almost everyone felt the same thing deep inside: growing heat, a slow and quiet pressure. They were done with being mocked. They were finished with being treated like children. Human leaders tried to stay calm. They made speeches about patience, cooperation, and the long road of progress. But behind those polite words, a new agreement formed, an agreement no alien ever heard about. Earth would no longer wait for respect. It would build something that forced the galaxy to look at humanity differently. This decision was not made in one moment. It formed slowly, quietly, and firmly over the years. Scientists, engineers, and military leaders met in secret places. They studied strange materials. They researched energy fields that most alien empires had abandoned long ago. They designed machines that should not exist. Machines that even the galaxy's oldest races believed impossible. This hidden effort became known as Project Vengeance. While the galaxy laughed at humans, the humans were building something that would one day make the laughter stop forever. Project Vengeance began in silence, hidden far beneath the noise of Earth's daily life. No alien spy noticed the early signs. No satellite caught the secret transports. The project was designed so well, so quietly, that even most humans did not know it existed. Only a small circle of world leaders understood the truth. Humanity would build something the galaxy believed impossible. The idea for the Vengeance engine came from a scientist named Dr. Alara Miles. She was not famous. She was not loud. She did not appear on news channels or speak at conferences. But she was brilliant in a way that frightened even her colleagues. She saw patterns in the universe that others simply could not see. Where most scientists saw limits, she saw doors waiting to be opened. Dr. Miles had studied ancient energy fields and signals found in deep space. These strange energies did not match any alien technology known to the galaxy. Some believed they were leftover echoes from the birth of the universe. Others believed they belonged to a lost empire that had vanished before recorded time. Dr. Miles had a different belief. She thought these energies were instructions blueprints written inside the universe itself. and she wanted to follow them. Her team worked in a hidden base on the dark side of the moon, a place no alien sensor ever scanned deeply. They built enormous chambers underground, far below the dust and craters. Each chamber was filled with strange machines that hummed with soft, steady power. Giant rings of metal rotated slowly, each one larger than a city. Floating orbs of energy shifted through the air like silent blue suns. The moon's surface trembled sometimes, but no sound escaped into space. The project grew bigger. Engineers from every nation arrived. Some were old experts with decades of experience. Others were young geniuses barely out of university. Many had never worked together before. Yet inside this hidden base, they moved as one. Their goal was clear: build a machine that could change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. Dr. Miles finally named it the Vengeance Engine. The name was not chosen for violence. It was chosen for memory. It was a reminder that humanity would no longer bow its head. The engine was not built to destroy planets or conquer armies. It was built to show the galaxy something new, something powerful enough that no species would ever dare to mock humans again. The engine worked in 3 stages: reveal, defend, equalize. Each stage required energy levels that no alien empire had ever achieved. Some engineers joked that humanity was trying to rewrite the laws of physics, but in truth, the Vengeance Engine did not break the laws, simply understood them better. As the machine neared completion, a deep vibration began to pulse through the lunar base. Tools shook on tables. Metal rings glowed brighter. The air itself seemed to shimmer with hidden energy. Everyone felt it. Something old, something powerful, something world-changing was waking up. Humanity had reached the point of no return. The day the Vengeance Engine awakened began like any other day on Earth. Children walked to school. Workers hurried through busy streets. Farmers tended to their fields. Everyone lived their lives without, knowing that something huge was about to happen above them, something that would change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. Far away, on the dark side of the moon, the hidden base buzzed with nervous energy. The final tests had been passed. The last bolts had been tightened. The enormous rings of the Vengeance Engine slowly rotated, each one humming at a tone too deep for human ears to hear. Strange symbols appeared across control screens, glowing in colors no normal machine could produce. They seemed almost alive, as if the engine itself was waking from a long dream. Dr. Alara Miles stood at the center of the main control room. Her face was calm, but her hands trembled slightly. She had spent half of her life working toward this moment. All the insults humanity had endured, all the laughter from alien leaders, all the years of being treated like a weak young species, everything had led to this day. Around her, engineers stood in silence. Every person understood the weight of this moment. When they activated the engine, there would be no turning back. The galaxy would see humanity in a new light, whether the aliens liked it or not. "Begin the countdown, Doctor," Miles said. The lights dimmed. A deep pulse moved through the floor, shaking dust from the ceiling. As the numbers dropped 10, 9, 8, the moon's surface trembled. A thin beam of blue energy leaked from the ground, rising into the silent sky like a thin thread of light. When the countdown reached 0, the engine fully awakened. A shockwave of invisible energy burst outward, spreading across the moon, then across space. It moved faster than light, carrying a strange, heavy vibration. Every satellite in the Sol system flickered. Every human ship felt a sudden lurch, as if the universe itself was shifting. Even Earth's oceans rippled with unexplained tides. But the most dramatic reaction happened far beyond the solar system. Alien sensors in distant star systems exploded with alarms. Power grids overloaded. Entire communication networks crashed. The signal was enormous, ancient. and unlike anything the galaxy had ever detected. Alien commanders stared at their screens in disbelief. Scientists argued desperately, trying to figure out what the signal was. Some said it was a solar flare. Others insisted it was a wormhole. But then someone traced the origin of the pulse and the answer froze entire fleets in fear. The signal came from humanity's moon, the Alien Council, which had mocked humans. For decades, suddenly fell silent during one of their meetings. Every species received the same emergency alert. Unidentified megastructure activated in Sol system. Unknown power level. Potential civilization threat. Back in the lunar base, Dr. Miles watched as the engine's rings glowed brighter. The floor shook again. Streams of energy shot through the tunnels, lighting them like rivers of light. The Vengeance engine had only completed its first action, the activation. But this was only the beginning. Humanity's silence was over, and the galaxy had just felt their voice for the first time. The Vengeance engine did not roar when it activated. It did not explode with fire or thunder. Instead, it hummed with a calm, steady power that felt older than any machine should be. The engineers inside the lunar base watched their screens in awe. The engine was not simply on, it was alive in a way none of them had expected. Dr. Alara Miles stood at the center console, listening to the deep vibration running through the walls. It reminded her of a heartbeat's low, powerful, patient. She understood what the engine was waiting for. It needed its first command, its first task, its first demonstration to the galaxy. Earth's leaders contacted her through secure channels. Their faces were tense. They knew the galaxy was watching. Alien ships had already moved closer to the edge of the Sol system, not attacking yet, but observing with fear and suspicion. "We must show them our power," one leader said, "but we cannot harm anyone. The first demonstration must be peacefully unforgettable." Dr. Miles understood immediately. "Then we show them we control the universe's rules," she replied. Her eyes turned to a large screen showing a drifting object in space. Asteroid C-972. A massive rock the size of a small island. It floated near a busy alien trade route, far from any inhabited world. For decades, alien ships complained about it, calling it a cosmic hazard. But no one ever bothered to move it. Today, humanity would remove it. Dr. Miles gave the command. The engine's rings spun faster. Strange light filled the underground chamber's colors that did not exist on Earth, shifting in patterns that made the walls seem to breathe. A beam of energy shot upward from the lunar surface, invisible to the human eye but bright as a star on alien sensors. Every alien ship nearby turned toward the source of the beam. Warnings screamed across their consoles. Their captains watched in fear as the energy wrapped itself around asteroid C-972. For a moment, nothing happened. Then space around the asteroid bent. It looked like the stars behind it were melting, stretching like soft glass. The asteroid began to shimmer, turning transparent. Cracks of pure white light raced across its surface, not breaking it apart, but erasing it. And then it was gone. No explosion. No debris, no sound. Just empty space where a giant asteroid had been seconds earlier. Alien fleets panicked. Dozens of starships pulled away at full speed, terrified of what an engine with that kind of power could do to them. Across the galaxy, scientists tried to explain the event. Some said the asteroid was teleported. Others argued it was vaporized. But Dr. Miles knew the truth. The Vengeance engine had not destroyed the asteroid. It had removed it from the universe entirely, slipping it between the layers of reality like a stone dropped into deep water back at the lunar base. A quiet cheer rose among the engineers. Humanity had sent a message to the galaxy. We are peaceful. But we are not powerless. And every alien species heard that message loud and clear. The disappearance of asteroid C972 spread through the galaxy faster than any news in living memory. Every communication network, every trade hub, every military outpost received the same shocking report. Humanity had used an unknown megastructure to erase a solid mass of rock the size of a city. No weapons, no radiation, no debris, just gone. Panic grew like a wildfire. On the planet Valor, entire markets shut down as merchants rushed to shelters, certain that humanity might erase them next. On the gas world Ilenix, floating cities trembled as their leaders demanded information, sending desperate messages into space. Even the proud warrior race, the Gran, known for their iron discipline, ordered emergency drills. Ships scrambled across their skies, forming defensive lines that looked more like frightened circles than strategic formations. But the galaxy's fear was not only about the power itself. What terrified them most was humanity's silence. Humans did not claim victory. Humans did not send threats. Humans did not brag about what they had done. They simply erased the asteroid and said nothing to the alien mind. Silence was dangerous. Silence meant control. Silence meant confidence. And a silent human species was something no one had ever imagined. Inside the Grand Alien Council chamber normally filled with arguments, debates, and arrogant speeches, a deep hush settled. The leaders of 27 powerful species stood around a glowing star map of the Sol system. The moon pulsed on the map with a strange blue light, marking the location of the Vengeance Engine. The council leader, a tall, crystalline being named Krillos, spoke with a trembling voice. "We have mocked humanity for too long," he admitted. "Perhaps we have awakened their anger." His words were not popular. Some of the leaders hissed or growled in disagreement. A massive four-armed war general named Thrawn slammed his fist onto the table, cracking the metal. "Humans are weak," he snarled. "One clever trick does not make them powerful. We should strike them now, before they build more engines." Many leaders nodded, finding comfort in the idea of a simple attack. But others shook their heads, terrified. A small elder from the Lirok species spoke softly. "Great General, did you not see the recording? They erased a mountain of rock without touching it. What do you think they could do to a fleet? Or to an entire planet?" Thrawn had no answer. Meanwhile, back on Earth, humans watched the galaxy panic through intercepted signals. Some were frightened. Some felt vindicated. But the general feeling across the planet was simple. Humanity had been pushed long enough. The engine was not made for war, but it was made to stop abuse. However, one alien empire refused to be intimidated. The Kruan Dominion, the oldest military faction in the region. They believed fear was weakness, and they refused to show any. The Kruan sent a message directly to Earth. "Your tricks mean nothing. Stand down your machine or we will come to your world." Humanity did not respond. The Kruan took the silence as an insult, and so they prepared their largest battle fleet, not knowing that the Vengeance Engine was already watching and waiting. The Kruan Dominion's battle fleet moved through space like a metal storm. Hundreds of heavy warships cut through the darkness, each one designed for only one purpose: crush anything that stood in their way. Their hulls were thick, their weapons glowed with dangerous blue light, and their engines burned bright enough to be seen from far-off asteroids. The Kruan commander, High Marshal Valker, sat in the command throne of the flagship Iron Howl. His body was plated with dark armor, and his four glowing eyes scanned the void ahead with fierce pride. He believed in strength above all else. In his mind, humanity's silent refusal to respond was not courage, it was disrespect. "They mock us by refusing to answer," he growled. "They think we will fear their toy machine." His officers bowed in agreement. The crewmen were raised to see the galaxy as a ladder. You climbed it by crushing whoever stood above you. Humans had stepped onto that ladder without permission. As the fleet approached the Sol system, their sensors detected strange energy waves drifting from the moon. The readings made no sense, fluctuating wildly, shifting between stable and unstable, like a living heartbeat. But the crewmen did not slow down. They aimed straight for Earth, ready to force the humans into submission. Back on the moon, inside the Vengeance engine's hidden base, Dr. Alara Miles watched the incoming fleet with steady eyes. She had known this would happen. The crew in Dominion was too proud to stay away, too proud to accept that another species had built something beyond their understanding. Term voice carried calmly across the control room. Begin Protocol 2. Activate Defend Mode. The hum of the engine deepened, turning into a long, resonant vibration that echoed through the moon's rock. The great rings rotated faster. Columns of light spiraled upward, slipping through the ground and rising out into the vacuum of space. Then the shield appeared. It formed silently around Earth and the moon, a shimmering field of soft gold pulsing with gentle waves. It was beautiful, far too beautiful to be a weapon, but it radiated a quiet, unstoppable strength. When the crew and fleet reached the edge of the shield, they fired without hesitation. Beams of blue energy shot across space, striking the golden barrier. Nothing happened. No explosion. No impact. The shield absorbed the blasts as if they were nothing more than raindrops hitting glass. Valker snarled and ordered another volley. This time, the ships fired all their weapons at once. The void lit up with deadly blue light. Still, nothing. The shield remained smooth, perfect, untouched. Then something unexpected happened aboard the crew and ships. Their weapons began to flicker. Their engines sputtered. The power inside their ships seemed to drain away, pulled out gently, as if by invisible hands. One by one, their weapons shut down. Not destroyed, simply turned off, powerless, harmless. A moment later, a message appeared on every crew-in screen in hundreds of languages. Leave. No harm will come to you. Do not return in violence. The crewmen were warriors, but even warriors knew when they had lost, terrified and humiliated. Valker ordered a retreat as the fleet fled the Sol system. Every corner of the galaxy watched the transmission in disbelief. Humanity had just defeated one of the greatest military powers without firing a single shot. The retreat of the crew in Dominion spread across the galaxy like a shockwave. Entire star systems watched the recordings again and again, unable to believe what they were seeing. The strongest warrior empire known for crushing planets had been turned aside by a glowing shield and a single calm message. No explosions, no battles, no losses. Just quiet, unstoppable human power. For the first time in galactic history, the laughter aimed at humanity stopped completely. Inside the Vengeance engine's lunar base, the atmosphere was strangely peaceful. The engineers were exhausted, but their faces shone with pride. They had seen the galaxy's greatest fleet approach with fire and rage, and they had watched the engine protect Earth like a guardian, older than time itself. But Dr. Alara Miles knew the work was not finished. The galaxy was scared, now terrified. And fear could turn into something worse if left alone. Panic. Panic led to desperate decisions. Desperate decisions led to wars. Desperate decisions led to wars. Humanity needed to speak before fear twisted the truth, so she activated Protocol 3. The final stage. Equalize. A deep tremor moved through the lunar base as the engine responded. The rings slowed. The golden shield pulsed softly. A new energy formed at the core, bright and calm like a rising dawn. The engine was preparing its final action, not of destruction, But communication died all across the galaxy. Every device capable of receiving signals suddenly flickered to life. Screens lit up in marketplaces, military stations, private homes, starships, and council chambers. Even ancient alien devices that had not worked in centuries sparked back into function for a moment, as if the message found every corner of existence. Then humanity appeared. Not soldiers, not war machines, not threats, just a single shared broadcast of Earth from space. Dr. Miles' voice followed. "Clear and steady, people of the galaxy," she began. "We do not seek to rule or harm you. We seek only respect." The camera shifted to show the shimmering shield around Earth and the Moon. "You mocked us. You insulted our people. You dismissed our ideas. But we did not build this engine for revenge. We built it so we would never be mocked or bullied again." Her voice softened, but her words carried great weight. "We will not destroy your worlds. We will not erase your fleets, but we will protect ourselves. The vengeance engine is not a weapon, it is a promise. A promise that humanity stands as your equal, not your servant." Across the galaxy, leaders watched in stunned silence. Dr. Miles continued, "If you come to us in peace, we will welcome you. If you come in cooperation, we will share with you. If you treat us with respect, you will find humanity to be one of the strongest allies you have ever known." Then her voice deepened. "But if you come to hurt us, if you come to mock us again, then this engine will defend us." The planet Earth slowly rotated on screen, glowing with blue oceans and white clouds. "Let this be known," she said. "Humanity rises today not to conquer, but to stand." The broadcast ended, and for the first time, the entire galaxy was silent, not because they feared humanity, but because they respected them.